Hi everyone, welcome to my channel Learning Bits. In the previous video we have learned stages of development. In that we have learned early childhood and late childhood. Now we shall learn next stage, that is adolescence. Those who are watching my video and those who are not subscribed to my channel, please subscribe to my channel Learning Bits. Adolescence. The age group of people from 13 years to 19 years is said to be in adolescent stage. The term adolescence is derived from Latin word adolescence, which means to grow or to grow to maturity. This is an important period because there will be rapid physical developments, especially during the early adolescent period. Rapid mental developments occur which give rise to the need for mental adjustment. The beginning of the period adolescence is known as puberty. The word puberty is derived from the Latin word pubertas, which means age of manhood. It refers to physical rather than behavioral changes. Due to different changes in their bodies, individuals, particularly girls, are unable to control their emotional feelings like irritation, fear, anger, anxiety, and frustration. NCERT has planned to provide awareness about this period and decided to introduce sex education at the school level. Puberty period is sometimes called as negative phase. The 3 A's of happiness that is acceptance, affection and achievement are often violated during these years, and this period tends to be one of the most unhappy periods of the lifespan. According to education psychology, adolescence is the beginning stage which makes an individual to develop positive attitude or negative attitude towards his life. At this stage, proper motivation and guidance should be provided, and it is the responsibility of both parents and teachers. Adolescence is a transitional period because there is a confusion about the roles which are expected to play by them. The adolescent at this time is neither a child nor an adult. It is a period of change. Example, rapid changes in sexual maturing which makes them unsure for themselves, of their capacities, of their interest. Adolescence is a time of search for identity. Adolescence is a time of unrealism. Adolescence is a period of stress and storm. Increased peer group and new values in the selection of new friends occurs. They will try always to get identity from their opposite sex. In this age, individuals won't give respect to their parents and other family members. Individuals will be influenced by the peer group. Moral values will be developed by a few individuals who develops positive attitude. Adolescence again divided into 2 types. Early adolescence, it is from 12 years to 17 years. This is also called as teenage. And second one, it is late adolescent. It is from 17 years to 21 years. So here what happens? Hero worship develops. Stanley Hell described this adolescence period as a period of stress and strain. Individuals at this stage do not behave as a child, and at the same time they are unable to take decisions like adults, said by Elizabeth Harlock. Their role will be in confusion. During late adolescence, individual develops a concept of hero worship. They are able to control their emotional feelings. Next topic is influence of heredity and environment. The nature and nurture are termed as heredity and environment. Heredity is termed as nature. It is a process by which characteristics of an individual are basically determined by genes received from the parents. Dougal and Holland defines one's heredity consists of all the structures, physical characteristics, functions or capacities derived from parents, other ancestry of species. Woodworth defines heredity covers all the factors that are present in the individual when he begins life, not at birth, but at the time of conception, about 9 months before birth. Environment is said as nurture. It is a process by which characteristics of an individual are determined by his or her surroundings and circumstances. The forces of environment begin to play their part and influence the growth and development of the individual right from the time of fertilization of the ovum and the sperm. From the environment point of view, not only what happens after birth is important, but also what goes on inside the womb of the mother after conception has equal significance. Psychologist Boring, Langfield, and Wield define the environment is everything that affects the individual except his genes. Dougal and Holland define environment as a word which describes all the extrinsic forces of influences and conditions which affect the life, nature, behavior, and the growth, development, and maturation of living organisms. Here, extrinsic means we can say the things which stimulates a person from outside of the environment. For example, food, water, and recognition, and money, humidity, etc. Woodworth and Marquis define environment covers all the outside factors that have acted on the individual since he began his life. Difference between heredity and environment. Heredity, innate or inborn. Environment, acquired. Genetic constitution and environmental constitution. Body constitution and mental constitution. Physical traits, psychological traits. Biological in nature, psychological in nature. Heredity fixes the traits during conception. Here environment fixes the trait after birth. Why? And here in the heredity only a limited role. Here wider role. Causing similarities or identifies between parents and children in their physical and mental makeup. Causing differences between parents and children in their physical and mental makeup. Heredity cannot be changed. Environment can be changed. Heredity, which is also known as nature, is that with which a child originally starts its life. Nurture, it is also known as environment, refers to the influences which play upon the child since birth and make him what he is. At the time of conception, half of the father's chromosomes unite with half of the mother's chromosomes and determine the potential characteristics of the offsprings. The result of the union of the genes is called heredity. If father's genes for brightness unite with the female genes for brightness, the child will inherit brightness. If the father and mother have genes for weak lungs and if the genes unite pair, infant also have chance to get weakness of lungs. Diseases are not inherited but weakness inherit. The child's heredity is not determined completely by his parents. Probably 50% of inheritance is from their parents, 25% from grandparents, and 12.5% from great parents, and so on. Heredity determines what can do and environment what he does do within limits imposed by heredity. Heredity, it is also known as nature, is like a seed. Environment, it is also known as nurture, is like a soil. Self-motivation is the fertilizer. Heredity determines to a large extent the physical features and intelligence of the individual. Environment determines to a large extent the personality of the individual. Success in life depends more upon one's attitudes, beliefs, values, motivation, character, interest, adjustment, diligence, which are influenced by environment, and also on intelligence, which caused by heredity. Teacher can provide an effective nurture by providing effective teaching and evaluation. Teacher can provide an effective nurture by providing effective teaching and evaluation, remedial instruction, enrichment programs, educational, vocational, and personal guidance and counseling. All these are the environmental influences that facilitate optimum human growth and development. Teachers can provide an effective nurture which can make the best use of available nature.